It's the Weather Xtreme video. This is the morning edition for Tuesday, September 13th. I'm James Spann. Fairly typical late summer weather coming up for the state this week. We'll have partly sunny days with a few scattered storms possible each afternoon. Check things out early this morning. And you know the deal. There's a big upper ridge here across the deep south. That thing will break down. Just give it time. As we have said here many times, typically the first good Canadian front of the season arrives in late September or early October. Not quite time for that. We check numbers around the nation. We're around 70 as the day begins, but look in the northwest. I see 30s and I see 40s. And it'll work its way down here in time, but it's just going to take some time. Be patient. Freeze and frost advisories up in that zone where it's cold. The east is quiet. Convective outlook for little marginal risks and scattered pockets around the nation. And again, we'll see some scattered storms around today, but organized severe weather, no. Tomorrow, much of the country in kind of a soupy air mass, but just a marginal risk up in the northeast. And on day 3, Thursday, a marginal risk for parts of the central plains. Average rain amounts for the next 5 days. 1/2 inch for the northern counties of Alabama, closer to 1 inch for the south. Heavier totals down around Jacksonville. That's a pretty big bullseye there. Looks like that's 6 to 8 inches with a little easterly wave, as you'll see. And, of course, for us, the distribution will not be even. Some of you will see more. Some of you will see less. Off in the tropics in the Atlantic Basin, we've got that little impulse that's near West Palm Beach, Florida, a little easterly wave there that's kind of drifting westward. That should not develop. We've got a wave that's come off the coast of Africa and Ian that is being sheared out in the Atlantic. Top winds 45 miles an hour. That will not threaten any landmass, as you can see. Here's the 5-day outlook. And again, development possibilities are fairly low for the eastern Atlantic wave and for the one that's over parts of Florida. But boy, this thing is shaking and baking. Super Typhoon Meranti. Over in the western Pacific, this thing is got winds about 185 miles per hour. That is just a nasty storm. Check out the visible satellite view. Wow. Just got the sun coming up there, and that's a pretty remarkable storm. Taiwan is the island in the path of this, and I say in the path, it looks like the eye might just skirt the southern tip of Taiwan. There's the track for the next 5 days, but that is one of those big, bad, nasty super typhoons. All right, model fans, here's the GFS, the 06Z run, valid today at 1 o'clock local time. Cold trough in the west, warm ridge here in the south. And again, dew points are creeping up. The surface boundary is dissipated. We'll see a few scattered storms this afternoon. That's the HUR at 4 o'clock. Didn't do a good job yesterday, probably won't do a good job today. But they'll be out there. Chance of any one spot getting wet will be about 1 in 3. Pretty much the same deal tomorrow. And I'd say the high today and tomorrow, 87 to 90 in most spots. Partly sunny. A few spots will see an afternoon storm. Thursday, things aren't changing very much. And Friday, again, a few spots could see a storm. Not the widespread beneficial rain we need around here. All right, weekend fans, this is Saturday. If anything, the coverage of the storms could increase a bit. Seems like the ridge will be a little weaker. You're a little more unstable. Got a surface front approaching, so a storm, a possibility, a time or two Saturday, which means there could be a storm at the college football games across the Deep South, including Auburn and over in Oxford, Mississippi, so just be aware of that. Make plans accordingly. Pretty much the same thing Sunday. That front is northwest of Memphis. So for the weekend, a mix of sun and clouds, scattered storms, highs in the 80s. And then Monday, the GFS brings down drier air into North Alabama. And if that verifies, the better chance of any scattered storms will be over the southern half of the state. And here's a week from today. This is Tuesday the 20th. And again, we've got ridging here. There's no big trough to drive cool air down. But we are in drier air if this verifies. So Monday and Tuesday of next week over the northern counties at this point are looking fairly dry. This is the end of the forecast period Thursday of next week, the 22nd. Pretty good looking dip there in the jet down through the upper Midwest. And again, another cold front approaching. That looks like there could be some storms in advance of that. Numbers, highs around 90 today and tomorrow. Then after that, we'll be in the 80s. And you can see toward the end of the month, the high dropping to 82, the low dropping to 64. And again, we'll get that front that'll get us down in the 70s and 50s, somewhere near or just after that. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video this morning. We'll have notes in the blog. Next video here by 4 o'clock this afternoon. You can't catch us this evening on the live stream or the television side. ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.